All right, guys, this is Bane. I wanted to make a short video to go over some changes that I'm putting out. I figured the changes warranted a video. So um, uh, I've had some requests to allow the rule set or open up the rule set a little bit so people can play like rule cyclopedia stuff. I was kind of hesitant to do that, but my coding's gotten a lot better. Really the bottom line is I went and bought a bunch of the gazetteers and I got into Gaz 3 and I'm like, holy crap, I gotta play this. So that was the impetus, the principalities of Galantry. And so I went and I did this. So now I think I got most of it. I'm sure as I play it, there might be things I need to add, but I'm kind of excited about some of the stuff I put in there. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the option menu and we're going to make sure we have BECMI enabled. All right, so that should be turned on. All right, this weapon efficiency that's been there, I modified it a little bit. It's still straight OSE, but I modified it so that you can also use it for the rule cyclopedia. So that also needs to be turned on. Okay, all right, so that's the first thing. So the second thing I did was, if we go look at a class record here, if I look at now these are going to be the ones right out of the book, right? The ones that you buy on the Forge. You'll open it up and you'll see that there's a thing over here. It says spells and it's blank, okay? And that's okay, right? If you buy the one off the Forge from Gavin, it's going to be blank, right? Because everything is hard-coded or has been hard-coded into the rule set. But I added this here so that if you want to make a rule cyclopedia class, okay, the spell slots are different. The script will know that what you're trying to do, and it'll use those instead. So if I have like this magic user I made a local copy of, see, I can unlock the record, and I look at his data, I put some spells in here. Now I did 2 because just to show you. All right, so I'm going to show you the difference. So if I go and I take a magic, I'm going to give him some con so he doesn't die, and we're going to drag it here. It should be 2, right? So we're going to add it, and it's 2, right? All right, so now I'm going to take a normal magic user record, this one, right, with my data blank, right? I'm going to take it, I'm going to drag it, and it's 1. All right, so it's all automatic. It does it all for you. You don't have to do anything. But this is going to let you add your own spells. The other thing I did was I removed all the level caps. So used to, like if you were a dwarf and you hit level 12, you would not be able to level up anymore. I removed that, okay? Now, it's still not going to show you, if you use the dwarf record out of here, it's still not going to let you level up. However, if you take a custom record and you keep adding lines to it, it's going to keep letting you level up until it doesn't see any more lines. So totally automated. It's going to work just like before, but it's not going to prohibit you from doing that. Okay, let's go to character here. So that's what I did with that. So we're going to go to George. All right, so I'm going to go over this. This is a previous update, but I did update this movement field. As you can see, like if you homebrew or you have a character like, I don't know, some monks, somebody homebrewed a monk and he gets base movement speed increase. I don't know if the Rules Cyclopedia Mystic does, but like let's say you had boots of speed or whatever, you can actually type that in there and, well, let's do 20. And why is it, oh, there we go. And it adjusts that and it actually does this calculation for you. Now the reason he's at 35, probably because he's encumbered. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. All right, and you can see it does the reason it's 47 is because it's 1/3 your base, right? So I just based it off of the calculations. So I'm looking forward to feedback on that. But anyways, it gives you a little homebrew ability there. All right, so what I really changed was here on the abilities tab. So you'll notice that this weapon efficiency tab, it's been there. If you had the option turned on, it's still there. I changed a little bit. I removed the spec button. I did put the proficiency button. And how this works is, is if he's not proficient in it, if it's either not proficient or the weapon's not on there, it's gonna give you a minus. What's his strength? Strength's 14. Why is he getting a +1? Oh, because you know what? I was playing around with this earlier. I'm going to steal my thunder. There we go. All right. You already saw it. You can't unsee it. All right. You can see it's -1. If I go and I make him proficient. Okay. Now, in OSE, the carcass crawler options have you to specialize in it. Rule Cyclopedia, you can like train in it, right? And so what I did is I just added these little, you saw it, right? So if you're specialized in it, it gives you 1 to hit and 1 to damage, right? But if you're playing like Rule Cyclopedia, maybe it gives you 2 and 4 or 3, right? And so when I do that and I roll these, this works without that button being checked or with the button being checked. It's actually going to apply that. Okay, so I thought that's pretty cool. Opens up the rule set a little bit to let you do some things. All right, so the second thing I did was I changed how skills work. So let's find Pat. These are all my players. So many dead bodies. All right, Paunchy, he's an NPC. All right, so Paunchy looks like this. So now I am going to go back and add your base success number here. Okay. But what I did is like you can roll them just on the names, okay, and it's going to tell you how many chances you have. But what I did was I opened this up so you could actually change this die. So I could say this is a, I don't know, 2d4. I haven't tried this, but I think it'll work. All right, and then I roll it, right, and it rolls a 2d4, 5 and 2 chance. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it grabbed the 2. Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily work. So, but a D6 does. That's fine. I always try something funny on a video. Yeah. So that's my parser grabbing that 2 instead of the 4. Thanks. Actually, it should be 5 and 8, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, so you can see this is a 5 and 6. But if I go and I could change it to a 20, and it's going to be 5 and 20. Right. Okay. So what this does is it lets you set your D6 skills up, or you can set up a skill for a D20 roll under, which there's some stuff in the Rules Cyclopedia kind of where they talk about that. At least in the Gazetteers that I read, it talks about potentially having like a roll under score here. So it lets you set different things up. It kind of removes any kind of restriction. Now I'm gonna put this block back because I think that's handy having it there. I mean, you can read it in chat, but it's nice to know before you make the roll. All right, so that's what I added to that. And then of course on the spells tab, when you have that enabled, it's going to show these buttons right here. If I go and I disable it, they disappear, right? And then they reappear. And then the spells obviously still work. I'll show you that real quick. Where's my spells? I'll just add blur. Whoops, no. And then if I turn it back on, it just automatically adjusts everything for you. Okay, so I went through the spell tab. I went through how you can customize your characters. I hope you guys did see that like if you look at this, there is there's now a natural AC number here. So if you're running like a Mystic, or I did this for the Carcass Crawler 3 because there's actually some classes that have a natural AC value, but you can totally use this. Actually, when I did it, I totally redid how AC works. So it actually it's better if you ask me. Anyway, so that's 8 minutes and some change. If you got any questions, let me know. You can leave me feedback here or on the forums. I appreciate it. Thanks.